A lot can happen during the life cycle of a shift. In fact, a single shift probably goes through more hands than a tub of Play-Doh at a childcare centre. So, it's understandable that your finance team feels out of the loop when a timesheet lands on their desk with absolutely no context. Out of the loop might be sugarcoating it. More like annoyed as Doesn't have to be like this though. But how do you make the most complex part of recruitment simple? Firstly, let's make sure we're on the same page. When I say timesheets, I do not mean, and you should not be picturing, a paper timesheet screaming for someone to have their pen license revoked. Digital timesheets are a must-have for recruitment agencies. When inevitable shift changes occur, having digital timesheets reduce the risk of inaccuracies travelling through to your payroll team, thus reducing the risk of incorrect payment and client billing. This all comes back to the shift network introduced in the previous video. When you have a staffing software system made up of interconnected portals, everyone stays in the know. Any notes, amendments, or authorizations reflect in the relevant portals and carry through to finance, so they can focus on approving shifts and conducting pay runs. It also makes it wildly easier for your members. No more fax machines or homing pigeons, just simple digital timesheet submission and management whenever, wherever. You might hear companies saying they are an end-to-end staffing software, or an all-in-one recruitment and payroll solution. That usually means they have some sort of finance functionality. The area where most fall short is accounting. In fact, no one does pure inbuilt accounting, not even entire on hire. You can call me biased if you want, but they're like the Chuck Norris of Aussie staffing tech. There are a few though, including entire on hire, that have import and export features so you can bring your data into your accounting platform, like Xero or MyOb, and track the payment of client invoices. The average person finds the finance industry rather confusing and mundane. Everyday words like liquid, bear, and hedge have a different meaning, not to mention idioms like cash cow, dead cat bounce, or golden parachute. The likes of Scorsese have gone to great lengths to make it interesting and approachable. Recruitment software providers are also doing their part with bulk features. Not the protein shake kind. I'm talking the Costco extreme couponing kind. Industry-leading platforms will have bulk actions and automation functionality, significantly cutting the time spent on routine tasks, such as approving shifts and sending invoices and payslips. They'll also have everything you need to stay compliant with Australian payroll and staffing regulations. This includes simple pay rate table management, ability to handle industry and award-specific additional earnings, like overtime and shift splitting, as well as superannuation regulations. If all this compliance wasn't enough to deal with, payroll officers also have the pleasure of trying to not upset the Australian Taxation Office, which is fun because they're about as sensitive as a landmine. That's why it's super important to have a system that takes the risk out of single-touch payroll, Payday Super, and end of financial year reporting with simple, guided payroll and compliance workflows. This concludes Xeople's 3-part series on the best staffing practices for temporary recruitment and labour hire agencies in Australia. Whether you're starting up or well established in the industry, we hope this has provided insight into what you should strive for in your staffing software. A link to the third and final infographic is in the description, so you can review everything covered in this video whenever you like. If you're looking to get an even deeper understanding, the team here at Xeople are always ready to give you a free demo of our comprehensive staffing software solution. Thanks for watching.